Hello, everybody. I literally had to dust off the speaker because I haven't used it in about a year and a half. So I'm gonna kind of go over real quick why I haven't posted in a long time. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but it's essentially just the quality and the time I had to put into making these videos was just too much. So I'm deciding to rebrand the Gotta Go Fast, and I'm gonna make them Blazing. And the reason why I'm calling them Blazing is because you're not gonna see all these little things that add into the video. I don't really care about having to like my video and subscribe to my video stuff anymore. I'm not going to try to take out swears either. So you're going to hear probably people swearing in some of these videos. I don't know about this one, but generally speaking, you're going to hear some swearing. So I've just stopped going through every single little part and making it perfect. It's just not going to work that way. I'm not going to be able to get to these. And I still want to be able to put my thoughts and how games made me feel, and how games were awesome, and how, like, objectively how great they were, and subjectively how great they were, and how much I loved them and enjoyed them, and give a little bit of a score to them too, so I kind of can get that documented and just have these out there. I really want to do that. So this one, it's gonna be Mount&Blade 2 Bannerlord. Love this game. It's a simulator role-playing game. It's like kind of a medieval playing game, as you see in some of these gameplay videos you're seeing in the background. It is wonderful. If you love these types of games, you're gonna enjoy the hell out of this game. You kind of start off as like this little guy. You have, a really bad sword and maybe a horse, and you start recruiting men, and you have like a group of like 3 or 4 of you, and then you have 10, 20, 30, and eventually get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of troops with different ranks and different factions and different abilities. And you start conquering the entire continent. You got to make your way up to a vassal, and then you become a king, and then you kind of take your faction and you try to take over the rest of the continent. It's awesome. I generally have spent so much time in this game. I think about 500 hours I've spent on this game. Like, arguably I was addicted to this game. It was pretty bad. I was actually like not getting good enough sleep because this game was taking up so much of my time. I was on vacation wanting to play this game at one point too. It was crazy. So this game could suck you in, so buyer beware in that case. Also buyer beware. The corrupted saves is I don't want to say super common, but it is fairly common on this. The way I found around it was, it seems to be happening when you're overwriting saves. When you overwrite a save, it's a problem. So for example, if you had save 1, 2, and 3, and you kept overwriting those same saves, that's what I do in a lot of games. A lot of games I have save 1, save 2, save 3, and then the oldest one I just keep saving over. And I just always have like a last 3 save points that are like my PlayStation as save data. What I recommend doing is, if you have 1, 2, and 3 save data, delete whatever the oldest one is completely, and then just create a new save rather than overwriting an old one. That completely prevented the corruption for me. I actually had to restart my entire campaign after putting hundreds of hours in, so I was pretty pissed off, not gonna lie. Still did it though. Went through, conquered all of Calradia. Took hundreds of hours though, so buyer beware in that case. Okay, so time for what most people want to hear about, and that's kind of the scoring. So scoring is pretty similar to how the Gotta Go Fast reviews were before. I took out story and made it story/gameplay. Bonus points aren't going to be as rigid anymore. I used to make every little like additional thing in the game a bonus point, but that was just too much time. I can't put in anymore. So they're going to be mainly my points I want to play with, how much the game made me feel, enjoyment, little things that aren't covered by the enjoyment, technical, story, and gameplay that I mentioned before. So that's 10 points out of the 100. The other main categories are 90 points. I'll go over a quick overview of how I score things, but generally speaking, only 10% can be like affected by my points per se. So let's get into it. Enjoyment, overall enjoyment of the game. I think it was fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out of this game. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for that. So that's a 30 overall right now out of 100. Technically speaking, some of the combat's a little iffy, at like it's a little bit choppy here and there, but it's really tough to complain about those things, especially because there's so many systems that are working in this game. You have the political system, you have the economic system, you have the fighting system, you have the faction system, you have the clan system. You have so many. I mean, I can't even mention them all. I don't remember them all. All the systems that are going on in this game, and they're working in tandem to create this masterpiece of a simulator. So it's tough to take off that many points because of one little itty bitty thing here and there. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 technical. So it's so good. So that right now, that's gonna give it a 57 out of 100. Story/gameplay. The story is a little It sometimes does affect your ability to take over all of Calradia. The actual story is not really that strong. I mean, it is somewhat strong. It's okay. It's all you really need for simulator. You can tell that's not their focus. Their focus is the mechanics and the gameplay and the systems working in tandem, and that's okay. The story doesn't need to be amazing. You don't play this type of game for the story. But the gameplay was awesome. Loved it. So again, I'm gonna give this one. Well, I'm gonna say again, but I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 for story / gameplay. And then lastly, the bonus points. These are mainly just added points that I feel like the game should have. As I mentioned earlier, they're a little bit more subjective, but it's only can be 10 points out of the 100. And I'm going to give it a 9 more additional points. So that brought it from an 82 out of 100 to, sorry, I can't do math, 81 out of 100 to a 90 out of 100. So my overall rating for this game is a 90 overall. And I'll explain that scoring system in the description. I'm not going to spend an entire part of the video going over how I do that. So I'll put the formula down in the description for you guys. So that's all I got. If you want to keep enjoying the gameplay in the background, be my guest. It's really a fun game. I really recommend it. If you love any type of simulator, getting hundreds of troops together and battling another group of hundreds of troops and taking over castles and executing lords, if you really want to go down that path, because there's a whole honor system too. It is honestly so good. I really do recommend this game. So that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay if you want to keep seeing more. And if you want to like and subscribe, go ahead. I don't really care anymore. So do as you wish. See you later.
Oh shit, look at that.
Thank you. I've seen when there are like 10 ones. I did it. I captured everything.